All right, good morning. It's almost 7:30. Didn't sleep very well last night. Something in my bed frame shifted. I'm gonna have to take a look at it this evening, but I'll have plenty of time to do that because tonight we're headed to Anchorage, Alaska. I think I'll be at the border in like 3 hours, I think, something like that. So just figure I'd get a nice early start, because it's probably it's the main border between Alaska and Canada, so probably a lot of people going through that. So I definitely want to get there as soon as I can. Canada's been great. I've enjoyed it. But I'm so excited to get to Alaska, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. Man, these snow-capped mountains in front of me look badass. There's a huge cloud hovering over a good majority of them. I think this is the entrance to Quain National Park? I have no idea how you say that. But Mount Logan is in there. I did a little bit more research. There's no way to see it from your vehicle, unfortunately. So that just, kind of is what it is. Maybe one day I'll take a flight or something and be able to get some eyes on it, but for now it remains hidden behind these mountains that put up a front. Feeling good this morning. It's a long day today, but it's an exciting day. God, look at these mountains. Look at these. This looks so cool. It's like the Smokies on steroids. Like, that is insane. That is awesome. Alright, this is crazy. This is like a huge, tundra, water source. Just in the middle of this giant valley. Yukon don't play. This is crazy. Look at that sign. Welcome to Alaska. Woo! Man, that feels good. Alright, customs is just up ahead. Let's get through this next part, and it calls for celebration. All right, customs went off without a hitch, and I am in Alaska, baby. Woo! Man, that feels good. Wow, that feels good. I'm gonna dude, the roads—they're instantly 1,000 times better. I don't know what. Okay, the last hour of the drive up to this point, the road was terrible. It was so bad. There were so many spots of gravel, like a long stretch of gravel, and then a tiny bit of pavement in between, and then more gravel. And then it was just bumpy and just horribly paved. Just a terrible road for the last hour. And it sucks. I'm gonna have to go back over when I head back down. But I mean, the second I'm back in America, and the roads are instantly better. I mean, come on. Now, I know that the Dalton Highway will have a lot of, I'm kind of expecting that road to be pretty bad as well. But, oh, man. Smooth sailing. I'm in Alaska, man. It is beautiful. Oh, man. Damn, it feels good.
Yeah.
I just want to say something. This right here, this is gorgeous. It may seem high to a good bit of you down in the lower 48, or at least in the southern part. I don't know what the west coast is like. It's probably higher than that. But as someone that just spent the last 5 days in Canada paying well over $100 to fill up my truck, paying a nice, beautiful 77 feels so good. Man, it feels good to be in Alaska. Just big old wave washing over you once you get back into the States. It just feels really nice. Very interesting drive. I definitely spoke too soon on the road aspect whenever I first entered Alaska. Shortly afterwards, the road got kind of a little bumpy and potholy and stuff for quite a few miles, so that got annoying. It was not as bad as it was on the Canada side, but still wasn't great. But I just came through the town of Tok. I'm assuming that's how you say it. It's just T-O-K, Tok, like TikTok. And I'm heading south towards Anchorage. Be there in about 5.5 hours. So not too bad. But man, I mean, look at this scenery. This is just incredible. The leaves are kind of already starting to turn. There's a bunch of yellowish trees. So it looks really cool. There's some snow-capped peaks around. Look how pretty those trees are. How awesome is this? Feels so good. So good to be in Alaska. Okay, night one in Alaska. I made it to Anchorage. I'm at my Airbnb for the next 2 days. I got an Airbnb just because I kind of wanted, you know, amenities while I'm here, like a shower and washer and dryer, stuff like that. So it's nice, quaint little space. Just a little foyer, kitchen, bedroom. All I need. Today was a long drive, but very cool. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Got a few things planned. Got a few things planned for the day after as well. But we will see. All right, good morning from Anchorage, Alaska. I already left and got some breakfast. I had a really good omelet at this place called Judy's Cafe. It was called the Denali omelet, and it had like bits of reindeer in it, so that was really good. 5 out of 5 stars for Judy's Cafe. Right now, I'm just driving along the Seward Highway coast region here. It's very pretty. And I'm headed to the Anchorage Wildlife Conservation Center, I think is what it's called, to see some animals, you know? There's one thing I haven't really seen a lot of this whole trip is not a lot of animals. Not counting bison, but like I haven't seen any like moose or bears or anything like that. So I thought it'd be cool to, you know, swing by and check it out. And it's a conservation center, which is way cooler than a zoo. So I'm super pumped. It's only about 40 minutes south of Anchorage. And I mean, look at this drive. This is insane. Like, this is awesome. So I'm not complaining. Yeah, nice chill day today. Doing this conservation center, and then after that, I got a couple errands I need to run in regards to some supplies and my truck to get ready for the Dalton. Here's some caribou. Look at that. Very, very cool. All right, back in the car. Started raining a little bit more as I was walking out there. Yeah, it was absolutely worth coming. That was great. That was an awesome time. Really unlucky with how gloomy today is, but, you know, it is what it is. So, I head back to Anchorage now. Got some stuff I gotta get done, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'm back in Anchorage. I originally was gonna go do some stuff with my truck right now, but coming back into Anchorage up high, I just got a glimpse of Denali. And right now, it was unobstructed, there was no clouds. I mean, it was fast. It was 5, maybe 10 seconds I got to see it. And so I did a little research, and there's some spots from Anchorage you can see it on a clear day. So I'm going to those right now with the hopes of being able to capture it and get a really good view of it. Even though I'm going to Denali National Park tomorrow, but it's going to be cloudy for a lot of the day, so I don't know if I'm going to get the views tomorrow, but I just saw it. I just saw it for 5 seconds. It was crazy. So I'm hoping that I'm going to some, like this park, I think. I'm like 15 minutes away, and I'm hoping that I'll see it again. Because if I see it tonight and I don't see it tomorrow, I'm cool with that. All right, here's a nice overlook, and off in the distance, there it is. There she is. 130 miles away. It's absolutely crazy. That's insane. Very cool spot, too. Very cool. Haha, okay. Man, that feels good. That feels great. Whole trip is a success now. I don't even care if I don't make it to Dead Horse. I got to see Denali. Now, granted, it was 130 miles away, but my God, that didn't matter. That thing is enormous. It is truly a sight to behold. Like I said, tomorrow I am going to the national park in the morning. I'm gonna try to get there early, because on the forecast it shows that it'll actually be sunny in the early hours, like between like 7 to about 9, maybe 10. And of course that could change. It's Alaska. But so I want to get up early and head that way and see if I can get a closer, better view. But even if I don't see it tomorrow, I am satisfied. I got to see Denali. That is insane. That's insane. I am so happy. I was on my way back from the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, and just when I like rose up on this knoll to head down into Anchorage, boom, there it was. And I mean, I freaked out, and I just had to find a spot where I could see it, and I found that little spot right there. I am so happy that I got to see Denali. I'm so stoked. That was awesome. That made the day. That made the entire day. That was great. And it was perfect timing, too. I spent about 10 minutes taking photos and videos and stuff, and then I went back to my truck and like did some like research and directions and stuff. And then as I'm pulling out of the parking lot, a big cloud is starting to cover it up. So it was perfect timing. Perfect timing. I am so happy that I saw it. Whew! That feels good. Here's the deal. I'm at my Airbnb, and kind of a change of plans. I was gonna go out and eat tonight, but I think I'm just gonna stay in and cook instead, because I am working on, I'm redoing the back of my bed. You know, took all the bed out and stuff. I have to redo the wood. I'm letting that dry because I used a ton of wood glue, and so I don't have access to like a nail gun or anything. So I'm letting that dry, and I'm gonna load this back there. And inside I'm currently washing my sheets and stuff. So I kind of need to be here to re-roll that and stuff. So it's just gonna be easier if I'm just here so I can take care of all this stuff and get ready for the Dalton. So, not the huge action-packed day in Anchorage that I was hoping, but it's okay. Tomorrow morning, actually, I'm gonna go stop by a mechanic. I wanted to do it today, but none of them could get me in. So I'm going to a mechanic at 8 in the morning to have him check out the truck, just make sure everything's good for the Dalton, then we're all good to go. And yeah, I mean, I'll come back to Anchorage one day and do a real trip, you know, really hit all of the spots and stuff. But I mean, it was a good day. Had a really good breakfast, saw a bunch of cool animals, and I saw Denali. Can't really complain. Yeah, I guess that's it for me for today. Tomorrow, we head to Fairbanks. Okie dokie. Brand new day. Today, got a little bit of a drive, but it's gonna be a fun drive because gonna swing by Denali National Park. Now, unfortunately, it is pretty cloudy today, so the chances of seeing it are very slim. I mean, you never know. Maybe in some of the viewpoints, the clouds open up and I'll be able to see it. Not the end of the world if I don't see it today, because I saw it yesterday. So that was huge. And then straight on the Fairbanks. And just getting all my affairs in order to get ready for the Dalton tomorrow. Oh my God. That is crazy that I'm doing that tomorrow, or starting it at least. So, but still in Anchorage. I'm leaving way later than I wanted to because I've been running all over town doing a bunch of dumb stuff. Stuff for like supplies, stuff for my truck. Like I've been trying, one of my tires was low and I've been running literally all over town to find an air pump that will work. So many of these places don't have working air pumps. And I finally found this free one. So, giving a shout out to the Holiday gas station on, are we on Seward? I think we are. They got free air. Like, just pull up, slap it in there, and it's good to go. So, yeah, shout out to them. Especially because I've literally been spending almost an hour doing this, so I was getting frustrated. So this was awesome. But now, it's time to venture out. Let's head north to Fairbanks with a little pit stop for Denali along the way. All right, I just got to this place called Denali Viewpoint South. Unfortunately, it is still a pretty good cloud cover of about, I would say a good third of the mountain is still cut off. Now, it's not a very thick layer. I can see the sun kind of poking through. So my hope is that, like, over the course of the next couple hours as I traverse north towards Fairbanks, it kind of breaks off to where I can really see it. There's a few more viewpoints that I'm going to check out along the way. I decided I will head into the park, into the national park, and drive as far as I can before I can't go any further. Maybe something will change as I get closer to the mountain if I do that. I don't know. Again, I saw the whole thing yesterday, so I'm not super bummed if I don't really get to see it in its big beauty. I mean, I'll be back one day. I mean, one day I'd like to climb it. Beautiful drive, cool area, can't really complain. It's still a very cool spot. It's still awesome. So, yeah. Made it to the Denali Park Road in the national park. I'm just gonna drive all the way till the point in which I can't anymore. Just, you know, to check out the park, go to the visitor center maybe, and all that stuff. Man, I gotta say, the fall colors of the trees are make the drive gorgeous. It's not every tree, like it's every other tree that just turns orange. And it just looks so good. It's very picturesque. Today's the last day of August, so I'm guessing fall kind of hits early for up here. Look at this. Just right up this hillside. All that color. Look at this. By the way, I was completely dead wrong about the cloud situation. I thought that going further north, maybe I'd get through the cloud line and be able to get a good view back towards Denali. But turns out, the further north I got, the worse that the weather got. So it just got cloudier and rainier and just all that crap. So I just didn't even bother stopping at the other viewpoints just because I couldn't see anything. So, but I figured I'd come check the first part of the park out, see if I see anything cool. Man, I don't know where my other lens is, but there is a moose right in there. There he is. No way that's coming out on camera. Very cool. I think that's a big old moose or something. Big old moose. Very cool. Very neat. That's a giant. Alright, checking in, closing the day. I'm in Fairbanks, and I got here a few hours ago, a couple hours ago. And my original plan was to stay overnight in the Walmart parking lot in Fairbanks, because they had built it to accommodate like a bunch of overnight stays. Like there's an entire row of parking with like plug-ins and stuff for RVs and stuff like that, designed for people to stay overnight. So I figured it was cool. Well, it turns out, like 2 months ago, they decided that you can no longer stay there overnight, even though an entire portion of the parking lot is dedicated to that. So I didn't even realize this. I just pulled up to a spot and chilled. I was sitting on my phone for a little bit and ate some dinner, when I happened to glance over at one of the light poles that said no overnight parking. So I was confused and looked into it a little more, and then yeah, it turns out they got rid of it 2 months ago. Who knows how long it's been like that for, and then my luck, they just get rid of it 2 months ago. So now I'm scrambling to find somewhere to stay tonight, and I ended up just booking a hotel because all of the other campgrounds and stuff are closed, and some need reservations, and there's not really anywhere else I can disperse, and so I'm a little frustrated at that. So I had to quickly check out some money for a hotel room at 9 o'clock at night. So not the ending of the night that I wanted. The last 10 minutes, I just figured all this out. Like, very, very annoying. But, it's what it is. Can't do anything about it now. I got a hotel. At least I'll sleep in a nice bed tonight. Nice, good rest before the Dalton. That still hasn't quite sat with me yet that tomorrow I'm actually going to be driving with Dalton. Now, I'm not doing the whole thing in one day. I'll probably get up to about Coldfoot, is what I'm thinking. Because when I get to Prudhoe, I want to take, if I can, I would like to take the little shuttle ride or whatever services that they give to go to the Arctic Ocean. I'm actually going to look into that whenever I get to the hotel tonight, so I can buy it in the morning, because I think you have to buy it a day out. When I get to Prudhoe in 2 days, I can do that. And then that's going to be it. There is not a whole lot to do up there. But man, the Dalton Highway. Not going to lie, I'm extremely nervous about it. I'm very nervous. But I've come this far, so just a little further. It's really not that far in terms of miles either. That's what makes it crazy. It seems like it's really far, but it's really not. Well, I'll check in the morning whenever I leave. I don't have to leave super early either, because since I'm only going about 5 to 6 hours, I'm only doing about half of it. I'm exhausted. Been a long day. Cool day though. Denali National Park was cool. Of course, it seemed like the cloud cover kind of blew off when I left, like a few hours after, so bad timing. It's what it is. Still got to see the mountain yesterday, so. Alrighty. I'll see y'all tomorrow when I begin the final leg of the end destination, even though it's not really the end, because I still have to go all the way back home. But anyway, when I begin the final leg of this trek of the Dalton Highway. It is not in the best condition.